Dear friends, welcome to Professionals with Passion. Today I'm going to explain the topic client. This topic is useful for the people who are very new to SAP, like completely new to SAP environment. One should aware about organization structure in SAP and how the transactions are getting posted in SAP and basic understanding of the org structure and client also. So before going to the transaction level in deep or requirements in detail, so I'm going to explain. So what is the purpose of the client? So basic thing, what is the definition of the client? So client means it is not a customer. So client is an environment. It's an independent unit in SAP ERP with own master data records and sets of table. Data entered at this level is valid for all company codes and organization units in the client. So if you are going for any testing, like if you are doing any practice, so if you are attending any training session, if you are learning SAP by providing by getting user ID in SAP environment, you can find only one client there. So there, all the transactions are like whatever the configurations you are doing are getting saved in one transport request or multiple transport requests where we are not moving to another client. So here, if in case of real time, we are finding multiple clients. Here I'm providing four clients, for example, golden client, development client, quality client, and production client. So golden client is useful for doing the configuration. The configuration is like the configuration will be performed by the SAP consultant. So development client, it is for testing. So testing will be performed by the SAP consultant. So next client is quality client. It is useful for user acceptance testing, action performed by the end user. So production client. So it is like a regular day-to-day operations where business team is performing. So it is a basic client. Here, a business team is performing their regular day-to-day operations. So this is being used by SAP business team or end users. So here, after as you are getting a basic idea about the client, I will tell the differences between implementation project and uh, support project. If you are in implementation, if you are into implementation, so as the business is not having any of the client, so we are starting with the requirement discussion. So once the requirements are getting freezed, so we need to configure somewhere. So first of all, we will start our configuration in golden client according to the requirements. So this is being used by the SAP consultant in case of implementation. Okay. So once the requirements are freezed and configuration is done, so he has to do initial testing in the development client. So this action is performed by SAP consultant. Once the requirements are freezed and configuration is completed, then if the testing is passed, then we can call this as a sandbox or development client. Then the transactions are getting imported from one client to other client. So if he's having the confidence that this requirement, the configuration is according to the requirements, then he will import that transport request to the next client. Okay, so the different modules. So this golden client or development, quality or production. So whatever the client here I'm discussing is applicable for all the modules. So these clients are handled by the basis team. SAP basis team is responsible for maintaining these clients, and all the functional modules and the technical modules are using these clients. So you can say FICO, MMSD, and other, wherever, like wherever, whatever the consultant, so they are going to use this one. So in these implementation projects, different phases are there. So according to the phase, so they will do the configuration, they will do the testing, and do the quality testing. Then they will import the solution to the production. So implementation project, generally it will take 6 months to 1 year or 2 years, according to the business need. So this way, solution is getting recorded into the client, and one to other client transports are getting imported. If you are in a support project, so how to use these clients, like what if you are into support project, generally you are getting issues in this client, production client. So if you are getting issues in production client, uh, what to do? So then you need to understand the situation by looking into the understanding the situation by looking into this production client. And here you are not going to do any configuration or testing. Okay, so you are just providing the solution, so to the business team. How you are going to provide? So you need to configure that solution in golden client. Later you need to import to development, quality, and production system. So every time this chain is getting used, like one to other client, the whatever the transport, whatever the configuration you are doing, so it is getting imported. So in case of implementation project, directly you are starting from here. And if it is support project, your start point is this. So you are getting issues here. Later you need to do the solutioning from here. Okay, so this is how the client is being used in SAP. So in case of any doubts, or if you are having any questions, let us know and we will try to answer. And in our next video, we will try to address other topics from org structure or any other uh, things from functional or technical based on your response. Thank you so much, friends.